What's up, cyberspace cadets? Can you dig the new visuals here? The bumper visual, thanks to Gaming and Yelling. It's awesome. It's Sunday, people. It's 5 o'clock Eastern. You know what that means. It's time for ice cream interviews. This is IRATE Prostate here. And I've got the mics open, so now it's showing like it's supposed to. Anyway. It happens every week. All right, so the idea behind the ice cream interviews is that I consider ice cream a treat. Most people that I talk to do. That old saying, ice cream, you scream, well, I'll scream for ice cream. And to me, really, a real treat, is talking to somebody that I find fascinating. And this dude is a perfect example of people that I really want to just hang out and talk to, because I've hung out with the dude for a hot minute in group situations, but when it comes to just me and him just hanging out and talking like what we're going to do today, it's just I've been wanting this to happen, so I'm pretty pumped to be hanging with Stone Monkey.
How's it going?
Go City Stone Monkey. I'm sorry,
dude. I'm honored to be here, man. Shit, I'm all sitting back here all nervous as shit.
You're nervous.
I mean, I'm high as fuck, but I'm all sitting here like, fuck out.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good so far. I don't know, this the fucking voice meter is not okay. There now, it's working. I couldn't see that they, for some reason, Streamlabs is anyway. Yeah, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop in this here room. I'm glad y'all enjoyed that beautiful bumper from Gaming and Yelling. Y'all check that dude out. He's awesome. And he's going to be here doing this at some point in the future. But now I got the Gulf City Stone Monkey. Are you known by any other names that you will answer to?
Monkey.
Okay.
Well, most of my friends call me Monkey.
All right, Monkey. Cool.
IRL, online, all that good stuff.
I got you. So, all right. So, usually what I do is I open up with some icebreaker questions. Start with YouTube, and then kind of, go around, and then we'll end up back at YouTube, right? When we're ready to wrap things up. And so, the first question I always ask everybody is like, so how long have you been hanging around this YouTube scene? What was the main reason for you coming, and what made you say, okay, man, I can get on this. I'm gonna stream with these guys, right? And do this thing.
Dude, this side of the YouTube scene has been about 2.5 years now or so. Mm-hmm. King Carl actually introduced me to Gulf City, and from there I kind of found a white YouTuber, and you and all kinds of other people from the chat. I was like, hey, I like these guys. I'm like, click, look at a channel. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go watch their stuff. And so that's kind of how it ended up being. I just started finding people I liked in chat. I realized they were creators. I'm like, and subscribe and watch the stuff.
Yeah,
and
man.
Subscribe, watch the stuff. And then I finally started branching out a little bit thanks to Excel, and that's when I started actually getting on and talking with people and shit instead of just kind of being a viewer.
As a matter of fact, speaking of Excel, he donated $2 and says, "Seek Kyle."
Uh-oh. So why is everybody seeking me? I don't get it.
Seeking Kyle.
I hear this a lot. I mean, my real name is Kyle. I'm not going to hide about that. So.
And you kind of look like a Kyle, man, in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah. This dude is not. If you're a lady, this dude is not hard on the eyes at all. Every chick that I've talked to said he's like very handsome. So I take their word for it.
I'd like to think otherwise, but hey, that's nice to hey.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the idea behind your persona? I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of obvious, but so how much of the Stone Monkey that we see playing games and hanging out and talking with people?
It's all me. The persona, the name, really the name just. Monkey comes from my World of Warcraft character, Monkey Smack. All my friends started calling me Monkey after that, but the Monkey Smack came from I wanted to make a sexual innuendo name, and have it fly by the radar and not get in trouble.
Right.
And many, I can't quite remember anymore in the Stone Haze over the years, but many got caught, but that one didn't, and it's lasted since. That's been about 10 years, 11 years now.
Oh, there you go. So,
And I just, I'm a stoner, so I was just like, Monkey Smack didn't sound like a good channel name or a good name to use on here, so I was just like, originally it was Stone Monkey Productions, and that was just way too much to try to, at me and chat with, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do Stone Monkey. It's easier.
yeah. That's cool. Well, say hi to some people in the chat, man. We got Seamus Derby, Tiberius Kirk, Michael Hatfield, Dangerous Freedom, man. It's been a hot minute. That's right. That's right. Excel, man. What's up? Gaming and Yelling, our visual artist extraordinaire. Let's see. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Slappy, get right. I see you. I see you. All right, so we got a stoked chat, and we got some more questions. So all right, I like asking this question. I kind of want to start like when you were a kid, and it's like, so is there like a food that you hated when you were a kid that you actually kind of like it now, or vice versa, something you liked as a kid that you hate?
That's a good one, actually. Country music, actually. I really won't lie. I really disliked it as a kid. I don't mind it now. There's a long backstory behind the not liking it, involving drunken stepfather at night. But it's what it is. Yeah, he used to blast that all the time when he was drunk, and so I hated it. But then I grew up and realized I like the same music a lot. Actually, it's like I like this. I'm a metalhead, but I definitely like that old '60s country now. Now that I'm older, I can understand.
Yeah, the real shit. Yeah, that's the
the real country.
It's an acquired taste, man. But once you get it, it's like blues, right? Once you get into the right groove, I think it's a maturation thing. And your brain grows to a certain point, and like jazz sounds good, right? There's. I don't think every song of every genre is good, but there is always at least one good song in every genre. I can say that from my experience.
True that.
Say hey to Deadly Kitty, Doc Griffin in the house. What's up, everybody, man? Sorry about last week. I was supposed to do Doc, and shit happened. I don't want to get into it. Some personal stuff, family shit. But I'm going to get with him and reschedule ASAP. I've kind of spent the last week smoothing shit out. But anyway, enough of me, because this ain't about me. This is about Stone Monkey. I love saying your name, man. It's awesome.
It was. Like I said, it was. I had to find something catchy, and it was just like, if it's my persona, I like to partake in the legalized marijuana.
Well, and to be honest, man, you're one of the few people. Well, there's a couple, but you're one of the people that people say, I can't find anybody that dislikes you. You just got one of those personalities. So.
Yeah. Well, that's nice to know. I mean, I don't try to piss people off because there's. I don't see any point in needless drama. It always just. It annoys the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck are we in grade school still? I mean, come on, we're adults. Most of us are adults around here, I would hope. But it's like the grade school drama just freaking. I mean, I'll dip into it every now and then, but I have to be in one of the moods, and that's usually why I'm sitting at work. And then I get off work and I get a little lit, and I'm like, why the fuck was I being such an idiot?
So, all right. So, who was the most influential person from your childhood? What kind of kid were you like?
God, I was a hyperactive little ball of energy. I was bouncing off the walls constantly, man. One of those. I'd say probably most influential would be my grandpa and my mom's dad.
Okay.
I always looked up to him the most. We call him Papa Teddy. He was He's a good man. He served back in the day. I can't remember exactly what now, but he passed away when I was about 12. So it's been many years now. But it was always nice to see him, and it was yeah. I get told by my family on my mom's side that I look like him, so I'm always just like, hell yeah.
Cool. Hey, JTR serial killer's now with us too. So we got it's obviously it's officially a party now. Uzi is not with us. She is at Wally World trying to make money. So, I mean, she works there. She's not out front trying to solicit. Okay, all these people, man. So what kind of kid were you? Were you like a rambunctious, or you said you were energetic?
Hyperactive.
Yeah,
Super hyperactive. I always just I like to do things. I was super into. I don't know, I love my Legos. Back in the day, I had just tons of Legos. I was also dealing with my stepfather. I was like half the time I was grounded, so I had to learn how to be rambunctious indoors quietly. And then when I wasn't, I was off on my bike, just exploring town.
right. So did you butt heads
man.
with your stepdad?
Oh, a lot back in the day. This is what it is, From what I can tell from most people is, it happens, and it sucked. But I mean, he turned me into a pretty decent man. I feel like I got a strong work ethic, and I got my life on a good trajectory. And once he kicked the booze about 10 years ago, everything he changed, and it's nice. He's a good man.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Because when you if you have someone who is addicted in your life, and you see a lot of the negative. But when you see them, if they get in recovery, or if they get better and they stop, you get good, to balance that out a little bit with. So.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't before he quit drinking. He wasn't always bad. I mean, it was just for me. I just remember a lot of the bad more than the good.
Absolutely.
But I mean, when he was quit drinking, it was just amazing. I mean, that was the first time as an adult he told me he was proud of me. I went outside after he said that and cried. I mean, it was just I've never heard this in my adult life, and that was what I wanted. I was always wanting his, more than anybody else. I wanted his, recognition and appreciation of what I'm trying to do as a person. And then it was like the first time we went to the shooting range, and first time I really shot an actual gun, and the goddamn look on his face, he was just sitting there teary-eyed. He's like, "You're a goddamn good shot, kid." I'm like, I know.
Nice, man. Nice.
I mean, I had a lot of time with the BB gun my friends always had, so we'd go sneak off to like the wooded area and go shoot, shoot targets and shit and have some fun. So it's nice to show him that all the lessons he tried teaching me, I did stick. I just I was a teenager, Come on now, we all freaking fight back.
And that was really heartwarming. I appreciate you sharing that, man, because you literally brought a tear to my eye, because it's like when you get my age and shit, dogs on TV make you cry and shit. So it's just,
no worries. I just it's one of those things. It's like,
yeah, dude.
I always got told by a lot of my teachers, it's like most kids in your situations turn out one of two ways. You turn into either you, where I stayed in school, I did all my stuff, or you end up in jail. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to be better than what I was seeing. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to take the ideas I was being taught, and I wanted to be different. And here I am.
Cool. When you talked about being hyperactive, were you medicated for it? Were you treated for it? Okay.
Nope.
You were just a kid. You were just normal.
Yep. My parents were smart enough to know I was exactly. I was just a kid. I was a little slow on the learning. It was more or less I've just never been good with reading and retention that well. I have to read something 1,000 times, pretty much, it seems like, to fully retain it. But if you show me how to do something and show me, it's like click instantly, just instantaneously. I love the hands-on learning classes I could take and stuff. Those were easy A's, just no issue. It's like the the reading always fucked me constantly.
Right. Well, it's a lot of people that are one like hemisphere dominant brain, they have difficulty with the other side, right? And that's what it sounds like. You've got a stronger right hemisphere in your pro. That's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. This is really cool. I dig you getting real. Goat, we've been blessed by the goat. We got blessed by the goat. Oops,
sorry, goat man.
Didn't mean to
you're good.
hit the mic there. Shit, I'm blessing the fucking anyway. All right, so what about Christmas? Was there a specific like Christmas special or Christmas Carol, something like that? That holds special meaning for you. Something that's kind of ritualistic. I've got a couple of questions like this.
On my dad's side, it was always setting the Christmas tree up and the lights. They always decorated the whole house.
Nifty.
I don't quite do that as an adult and on my own. I kind of lost Christmas, that full Christmas spirit. But I still always like to have a tree and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, on my mom's side, it was kind of the same thing. It was we had these Ma Santa Claus and the Santa Claus porcelain statues that they've been around the family for generations from what I heard, and they're old, and yeah, those are always something that always brought a smile to my face when we got to bring those out of the attic. It's like, yeah, that means it's good times are here. Christmas is always fun as a kid.
Good deal. Well, all right. So if you could go back and talk to a young monkey at the age of 8, what would you tell him?
Everything's gonna be all right, and just, I guess, God damn, don't be so bashful around the women as a teenager. Poor fucking bastard. Poor goofy bastard. I still am, but I kind of figured it out along the lines. Obviously, I'm going to be getting married in June of next year. So.
Oh wow, well, we're getting there. Hold on, slow down.
Sorry,
slow that roll, bro. So, all right, what was the craziest thing you did as a kid?
Oh God, we had this like 10-foot high dirt ramp. It had about a 20-foot gap. My friends were all good to do it and did it. I was nervous as crap. I couldn't, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do it. I tried some of the smaller ones and barely made them. And I was sitting at the top of the ramp to set you up to go over that jump. My buddy just goes, "All right, man," pushes me on the back, and down I went, and I did it. Freaking came down just shaking. Oh my! I feel like I had a freaking heart attack at that age. I was just like, "Oh my God, man!" Biggest adrenaline rush I've ever had in my life. It was insane.
And for note, when you're listening back at this, Uzi, this is the reason I put this question in. It's because boys, we do stupid shit when we're kids, but it ends up being like, "Hey, man, it wasn't that dumb," It's daring. I'll say daring, not stupid. Daring.
Yep, yeah. Always push yourself a little harder.
That's right. Well, all right. So, what was your high school experience like?
Freshman year was typical freshman year, I guess. Well, I guess I was the first year freshman in high school in my area.
Did Ben Affleck run around with a baseball bat trying to?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, not quite the full spankings, but I mean, yeah, they had the senior hierarchy going that year. I made it through semi all right. I didn't really have too many friends at the time. I was, and especially being new to high school, so it was just like crap. Everybody I kind of knew went to a different high school, so it's like, shit, this is weird. And I just kind of drug along. Music helped a lot, and high school was high school. I got through it.
So, what about class reunion? Are you planning to hit any of those?
Nah, not at all. I have everybody that I would want to see that I still talk to from high school. I have a few friends that I graduated with that I talk to loosely through Facebook. They've never showed any interest, so I'm just like, there's no point. We weren't really. It seems like I got the invite a few years ago for my 10-year, and it was pretty much it seems like only the popular the clique, which is like 6 people, were the only ones that ended up going to this far off location to our reunion, which just made me laugh. I'm like, well, this clique's still the clique, and
They're still doing their
I'm still
thing,
just
man.
that. Yeah, I'm just that guy still.
I feel you. I've got 2 friends from that time that I still talk to this day. Yeah, I mean, we pick up right where we left off, just like that. So this is all right. Tell me about the first time you got fucked up.
All right, are we talking weed or are we talking?
I'm talking fucked up. All right, not buzzed, not tipsy, but like fucked up.
All right, I was first time I remember being drunk like that. I was 16. It was the first time I ever had any kind of booze. I was hanging out with my buddy. He had this big old 64-ounce cup full of Dr. Pepper, and he was walking around kind of funny. I was like, whatever. It's the Pope, I know, it's him. That's what he does. So we're off. We go off. He's like, come on, let's go for a walk. I'm like, okay. He's all kind of stumbling along. So I'm sipping on this Dr. Pepper. I'm like, this tastes funny. He's like, oh, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. We get down to the bottom of it, and all of a sudden I'm just like, hey, dude, what the fuck was that? And he's just like, I call it Dr. Pepper. It's Dr. Pepper and vodka I stole from my dad. And we ended up making a little jingle that was Dr. Pepper makes the whole world better. Dr. Pepper, hey, that chick looks pretty hot. It was pretty bad. That was one of my favorite memories with him. It's just like, God damn, I can't believe that. Every
Those
time
lyrics,
I talk to
though,
him,
man.
every time.
I'm digging it. that's
Every time I'm just like, you want to get some Dr. Pepper vodka? He just looks at me. He's like, okay, for old time's sake. I'm like, his wife looks at me. She's just like, no. I'm just like, all right, let's get beers instead then.
So let's talk about music a little bit. So what was your first album that you bought?
Would have been Corn Issues. Was the first one I personally bought. I didn't really have much. Didn't get an allowance. I mean, I had albums before that, but that was the first one I bought with my own money. Bought that CD. It was my dad had a copy of it, and I really liked listening to it in the car when I was over visiting with my dad. So I was like, I need to get this. And so I took some cash that I had saved up mowing lawns and rode my bike up to the Target and was like, cha-ching.
Cool. So all right. So what was your first favorite band? That you were just like. Did you have any posters in your room or any shit like that?
No, I wasn't allowed to. But my first favorite band, I loved Queen growing up a lot.
Dude.
My whole entire childhood. It was just Freddie Mercury had that voice. I was raised on the classics as they call them today. The classic rock, and yeah, I love all of it. It's amazing. Still listen to it to this day, and then I feel even older when stuff that I grew up listening to is now on the classic station. I'm like,
yeah. When you hear
I'm older, but I'm not that old. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, when the shit you listen to in your teens is on fucking Muzak, you're getting old. In stores and shit. Just yeah. So yeah, a lot of guys your age that I'm talking to were influenced by their parental's choice in music. And a lot of it is what you're describing there, classic, or just rock, right, from the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Just your good.
Yeah, 60s, 70s. I was the one that I didn't really I didn't really get into the 90s rock until the very end when I got into high school and was finally got my own CD player, personal CD player, and that was when I was just like, a buddy's just like, hey man, you gotta listen to these guys. I'm like, oh, and then the whole world, my eyes were just opened up, and I was like, wow, I've been missing this the whole time.
Yeah. Isn't that cool when you get that moment, and you realize that the vista is just ridiculously broad, and and you got time to do it, man. Freedom, thank you. 556. Hope this helps. Love you, brother. Love you too, bro. And I'll give Rosie a hug for you. Did I mention that we have been blessed by the GOAT? Sir Adamantine, I see here. Gold City Outlaw. So there's some GC rap going on here, man. Liking that. Miss you guys. Yeah, man.
All hell blue whale out there, people.
Indeed. All hell blue whale, and praise the Gherkin. Okay. I'm Molly, whatever. What was the first concert you went to?
It was Rockfest 10. It was the headlining Disturbed and Mudvayne, Shadows Fall, and Flames was there. There was another band, Trivium, and a couple others, but I can only remember those are the ones that I remember the most. It was a festival concert, and I had the motherfucking best time of my life, and it just indescribable. I listened to I'm like listening to him, and it's just sitting there out in the crowd. It's just like, wow, I'm only like 20 feet from you guys. I had to fight my way up here, but wow.
Nice. So what about Mosh Pit? Did you experience that, your first concert? I bet that was incredible too, man.
A little scary at first because I just kind of got tossed in, and then I realized what was up, and a little fun, and slipped right back out the side.
It's like tribal, There's some kind of cathartic, native kind of, DNA, deep in the DNA kind of experience when you get into a killer mosh pit, man. And you become part of that almost vortex of people, humanity, anger, pain, shit. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I met so many nice people out there. I freaking left my wallet at home like a jackass. Someone freaking bought me food and someone brought me some water out in the mosh pit. I was just like,
dude.
I'm like, God damn, you guys are fucking dope ass people. And people said this is not. It was like, I wasn't told this is how it's supposed to be. This is a lot different in a nicer way. It's like, and that's what it just. It just set me off. I've been to so many concerts since that one, because of that concert being so amazing. It's just look very fondly on it. I actually got to meet Trivium over at the sign booth, and I've been a big fan of theirs ever since. I've seen them like 11 times. I've been backstage with them a few times when they're locally, because I'm just the guy at shows that gets so loud that they can't really keep their music up above me at times, I guess. I don't know. I usually get blackout drunk when I go to concerts. It seems like I used to, at least. Like we just go to the cup. Me and my buddy would just sit there and pound a fifth real fast, and then cruise in. And it was just like, next thing you know, I wake up at home the next morning with no voice. I'm just like, well, last night must have been fun as shit.
Yeah, you can tell how much fun you had by how bad your neck hurts from headbanging and shit, right? Yeah. that's the old headbanger thing. Yeah, man.
Like if it doesn't hurt, you didn't have fun.
No, and you still hear it too. It's like, at what level, what decibels can you hear shit? So that's cool, man. So when all right, this is something I came up with especially for you because I don't know. I'm going to just ask you this: right? When you get really baked, What song or album do you find yourself kind of revisiting? Music
That's
wise.
That's a good question. There's a few of them actually. I usually
Okay.
Unforgiven by Metallica is usually one of my first ones. That one's just a mellow song that I've just always loved. Growing, it was teenage years when I was introduced to that song, and it's always just been my mellow song. Or some Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Got to throw the wall up there, especially if I'm like getting that anxiety high stage. If I hit that stage, it's just like instantly just Pink Floyd the wall, just sit back, lay back, with my eyes closed with that on, and
Yeah.
works out perfect every time.
That's a
Every
great
time.
album, man. You know, it was really weird because I was thinking about playing Comfortably Numb before we started instead of Plush. Odd. But Plush, I think, fit too. It was a good fit. So.
Oh,
But yeah, the Floyd. So anything else pop in your head?
I mean, you could just run down the like '90s alternative music.
Right. I got you.
That tends to throw in. I mean, I'll usually stay around that,
Cool.
or I don't know. It's kind of just depends on whatever mood I'm in when I'm token up.
All right. So you touched on it lightly earlier. So let's talk about relationships. What's going on with that? What's your history? You said something about it. You got a lady in your life?
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting married in June next year to my fiance. We've been together for about 6.5 years.
Oh, wow.
But a friend of mine introduced us, and I was still pretty bashful around women because desperately single, and so I was always just kind of a giggly guy. Which a lot of the women that I ended up getting with were always like, that was your charm." I'm like, all right. And that's what happened with her. We just kind of sat there. She walked in the door and was like, we locked eyes, and I just like, and then she did the exact same thing, turned around and giggled. I'm just like, I
That's
instantly
funny.
stopped. She stopped. We looked at each other. I'm just like,
Dude,
wow,
I
hi.
totally see that too, man. That's awesome.
And she's got Asperger's
Dude.
syndrome.
Yeah, Uzi
So
does too,
that
man.
that first night, she told me her life story, which I was like a little nervous about, a little weirded out about at first, and I was just kind of like, you know what? I just looked at her. I go, I've never dated any woman that actually took me that serious enough to even say that much about them. So I was just like, my longest relationship before her was about 9.5 months, 10 months. So I have never had a really great track record with the ladies too much. I mean,
Yeah, but it sounds like you really locked into a solid, thing. 6 years,
yeah.
man, and you
Oh
guys are
yeah,
still
she's
together.
she puts up with me. Doesn't she lets me do my thing, and that's the best part about it. I love it. I mean, some people, I don't know, I look at it as I have the freedoms of being single, but being in a relationship, and people are like, what? I'm like, well, I can do what I want to do, but if she wants, to have time together, or if I want to have time together with her, we make that time happen. It's not like I just go do whatever I want with other people, with other women. I'm like, no, it's just every other woman I've been with has always been like, you have to, if you're not at work, you're here with me, and it's like I was like,
Yeah,
whoa, shit,
super
and they always ended
suffocating.
up,
Yeah,
yeah, and they always ended up cheating on me anyway. So it's just like I was like, what the fuck? So it's just like this one, she's just like, yeah, go have fun. I'm gonna hang out with my buddy from work. She's like, okay, just don't do anything stupid. I'm like, all right. It's like, you get arrested, I'm leaving you in jail. I'm like, fucking love you, sweetie. I told her if I do anything stupid enough to get arrested, just leave me there. I deserve it. Obviously I deserve it.
obviously you deserve it. That's
And she
funny.
agrees. She's like, all right. So I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. I mean,
That's
we've had
cool.
some downs and we've had some ups. I mean, we've had some downs and we've had our ups, but things are pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I haven't been, obviously, I mean, I asked her to marry me, so I mean, I'm pretty damn happy.
yeah, that's good, man. And the ups and downs are part of reality. That's just life. We get down, we get up again. Okay, that's a good thing. So, what about kids? You think you guys are gonna go there?
No, no kiddos. I was always the weird friend, always the weird one growing up. I was the one that, from an early age, was like, I want to be a dad. That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the me and my twin friends, and one of their best friend from because they lived half the time over in Oregon and half the time up here in Washington more with me. So they had a best friend down there, pretty much like me. And so it was just like, out of all of them, they're like, you're gonna be the first one to get married and the first one to have a kid. And funnily enough, I'm the last in the last. Because as I got older, I just kind of realized I started to see friends that were younger that had kids. I was like, kind of liked my freedom, and I just, I wasn't ready to have a kid. I realized, I still had, some growing up to do,
Right.
And I thought a kid would just instantly push me into that, and then I realized I seen a buddy that was just like me that had that happen, and he was failing just miserably, and I just was like, nope, I can't do that. I need to actually motivate myself and get myself on track before I think about that. And then just not getting in a relationship early enough. And with her, she's like, I don't really want to be a mom. I like being an aunt. I'm like, I don't mind being an uncle. My freaking nieces and nephews only see me a few times a year, and they think I'm the coolest guy ever, so it works for me.
Killer.
The Unky Kyle is the most fucking goddamn amazing feeling I've ever get in my life, man. It just makes me feel like I'm Superman.
Man, that's awesome, man. So, all right, what would so far, what has the best day of your life looked like?
Oh man, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a tough one, actually. Best day of my life so far. Man, maybe that concert was pretty goddamn. I'm not gonna say. I would say Rockfest 10. Really, I mean, that was. It was the day before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
A band I fell in love with, not hearing before on stage, wished me a happy birthday. That was Trivium. I mean, it was just. I met David Drummond from Disturbed for a few moments. I got to shake his hand. It like I said, first concert, it was one insanely amazing experience.
Cool.
I'd have to say that was it.
Yeah, it sounds like
really
it was
thinking.
Cathartic for you and shit. Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. What about pain? What's the most painful day you remember?
Having to put my cat Chewy down.
Oh wow!
3 years ago, it was he was my kid, so it was he was there through all the dark times in my 20s, and right as I hit 30,
loved you unconditionally through it.
Yep. And right as I hit 30, he got gravely ill, and I just nothing worked. So I had to make the decision no one wants to make.
Right.
And it still to this day breaks my heart. I won't lie, I'm like holding back tears as best I can right now.
I know, dude. It's like I'm the same way. Uzi and I had to put down our baby after 20 years.
That's why I do believe Twitter's got. I don't know. Twitter's Chewy, I think. Anyone with my cat, I keep him up, and like Facebook, that's always going to be that picture. I'll change it temporarily to something else, maybe, but it's in honor of him, because I mean he was the best cat ever. I'm not gonna say I would be lying if I said that cat didn't actually get me pussy, because that cat actually got me pussy a couple times.
That's killer.
Because he was a lady. He was a lady killer. The ladies loved him, and he liked girls. It was great. Bring a cute girl home, and it's just like I made sure like cats, and he's a stud muffin. So it's just like a great talking point, because he had a little Hitler mustache.
Nice.
As I recall, I always called it Mario because it was a little bit longer than Hitler, but everybody called it Hitler. And he had a personality to him. He was just He was a good cat. He was fucking amazing.
Yeah. I'm not a cat person because I'm really allergic to them. But, you know, there's been those like 2 or 3 cats in my life where, like, man, you know, it's like, you get me, I get you, all right? You know, French, you know, critters and stuff. It's pretty cool. There's only been a couple in my case. So, kind of shifting. Did you want to talk about your foot, man, for a little bit?
Oh yeah, I can. I mean, if you guys don't mind listening to
Well, you,
me having a forklift back over me and watching my foot and leg get turned into a pancake.
dude. So what happened? Was the guy just not
I was,
paying attention or some shit?
Not at all. Yeah, it was an ex-boss of mine. I got moved to a different location in the company. Uh, was pushing a load in, so I was I was in ready to jump in behind him because the area we work in, you don't really have a whole lot of room all around forklift in there either way. So I was just kind of like, all right, do this all the time. I've been doing it for about 8 months at that point. I know what's going on, so I go to, I always stand at least an arm length away, so I have, enough time to push off and jump because I was agile as fuck before I got ran over.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I'm on the ground and I see the forklift wheel hit my foot, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm screaming, dude, stop! And then he just fucking hit. You could just hear the engine just ram up and up the side of my foot and up my leg. You went. Watched it turn into like a good 2-inch pancake.
God damn.
I have a titanium rod in my leg from an earlier accident. As a kid, I got hit by a car and a bike, so I got that in there. So, yeah, it didn't actually fracture my destroy anything like you would think. 'Cause, I mean, it was like 7,000 pounds.
I was going to say, do you think that
forklift?
Do you think that titanium bar kept you from having that thing amputated?
Yep.
No shit, man. That's crazy.
And completely just fucking up my exactly. Yeah, so it really I had hairline fractures completely all throughout my foot and stuff from all the swelling.
Jesus.
Because my smart ass and the inner Chad in me, I got up and walked over to the office, 100 feet away.
I see that.
I'm that dumb every time.
I wouldn't say it's dumb. I think it would be pissed off with adrenaline.
Yep. And when the dude that hit me came walking in the office, I got up to lunge out of the chair.
Did you pop it?
And the moment I did, pop, there went freaking shock. I fell right to the ground. I was like, no! Well, in my brain, I was screaming no, because I was like, oh my God, I had all this adrenaline. I would have knocked his fucking head off right then and there. And shock hit me right as soon as I freaking went to crack my fist. I was like, no!
Damn.
It sucked so bad. And then, yeah. I'm somewhat fixed now. I'm still working at the same company, a different location. Still have quite a bit of pain, but I have a custom brace now that helps out quite a bit. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, CBD cream, the stuff I got works out pretty well.
Good.
For the most part. And yeah, I can run ish. I can't run like I used to. I can't jump like I used to. Can't do a lot of things like I used to, just because it just sucks.
Injuries like that are going to cost mobility,
But
just by the nature of what they are.
I keep on keeping on. That's kind of also what drove me to the YouTubes, because that's about the time I started finding my way onto the YouTube scene. It was about 3 years ago. Accident. Yeah. I was laid up for the summer, so I'm like, all right, I need something to do. TV sucks.
Man, you know what? That's not an uncommon story I hear on this thing. A lot of people, home injured or or disabled or some shit. It keeps you from going batshit crazy. That's for sure.
Oh hell yeah! And it was. It's been fun, dude. Oh, I fucking love YouTube. I couldn't see my life without it. In fact, I canceled cable because I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I don't need that. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't watch the TV. I'm on freaking YouTube constantly, and I tell everybody at work, I'm just like, Yeah, dude. I mean, you should watch these people on YouTube, and then I look at other people. I'm like, nah, you probably shouldn't. I don't think you'd. You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. I mean, as much as I'd love them to get the subscription, you're just not the type. You shouldn't watch that.
Well, yeah, man.
You know, too many people that are just
Dude, I got some feedback from family on the Creem stream. Yeah, so we won't be telling family about that shit anymore. You know what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, I try to. I got a few friends watching some of the same stuff. It's great. IRL friends, a couple already do. It was funny. My best friend I've known forever is like, "Oh yeah, dude, I watched Sinatra." I'm like, ha ha. I'm like, I can talk to Sinatra. He's like, "No, you can't." I'm like, okay, I'll prove it to you, because he doesn't realize how, just normal most YouTubers, normal people most YouTubers are. I was that way at first too. I thought everybody was like super celebrity. I still do, but it's like I realize I the normal person behind the celebrity, and yeah,
it's like it's what really draws me to you is you're genuine. You're a character that's on YouTube. You're not a person playing a character on YouTube, right?
Yep, I'm just me, man.
Just you, man. Exactly. And not try to front that, myself.
And I mean, I don't mind showing I definitely don't mind showing my this face. I just kind of was like, I got the webcam. I'm just like, yeah. I like keeping my unkept red hair, how it is, because I just after I shower, I don't comb this stuff down.
I
go to work. I go to work and wear a hat pretty much, and it's just like it's what it is.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when it's cold out, I have a beanie on, so when I'm inside, I pull it off, and my hair goes. So I've had people say crap about that. I just laugh. It's like I comb it. I do comb it, but then it just goes poof. So it's like after a while, I'm just like, let it go poof.
Freedom says bongs out for Monkey, and Gulf City Scott Morris exhales and says, yeah, TV
shit.
sucks. Yeah, man, it was like getting a Roku was one of the best things that ever happened to me, and getting rid of cable TV. I mean, I've got access to that kind of shit, man, but it just opened me up to like the GOAT channel, shit like that, just 24-hour goats.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's some stupid, streaming stuff. So
I need to look into that.
Well, all right, so let's move on to talk about what's your favorite old school muscle car, if you've got one.
Oh, I do. Those are the only kind of cars anybody should own. Fuck the rice burners.
Yeah, no shit.
69 Camaro RS.
Yeah.
A neighbor actually had one. My dream car, I had a Hot Wheel of it as a kid. It was my favorite one. Dark blue with black pinstripes, all black interior.
Nice.
A neighbor growing up in my teenage years. Never talked to him, never seen him before. And we've been living there for years. They've been living there for years. They've never pulled anything out of their garage. One summer day, garage doors opened up as I'm walking by, and it was just like, that car was in their garage, and the dude comes rolling out, and I'm just like, my jaw hits the ground. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh fuck! I just look at him. I go, "You got a really nice car, dude." He looks at me. He goes, "You touch it, I kill you." I'm just like, I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" I'm across the street, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I understand that, man. I'm just telling you, that is like my dream car, man, and that's an amazing car, dude. You're the fucking coolest guy ever." He's like, "Oh." Right on, and then drives, just like freaking revs the engine up and goes screeching off. It was just like, oh god, I gotta get one of those. I gotta get me one of those. Gotta get me one of those eventually.
Yeah, those are beautiful cars, man. Indeed.
Good cars made back in the day.
What about guilty pleasures, like music wise? You got a guilty pleasure there?
Music wise, yeah, I don't mind listening to the 90s pop music too much.
Oh, Spice Girls and shit?
Yeah, I had sister. I have an older sister growing up, so
So you heard a lot of
I,
pop music going to school
yeah,
every
in the
fucking
90s,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s, I had to
Yeah.
deal with all the pop music for the most part. That's why I said I was a late bloomer to the rock. 'Cause once I hit high school
Yeah.
and I started making more friends, it was just like I got introduced and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This is so much
Yeah.
better. This is what I need in my life."
Killer. Killer. What? All right. So guilty pleasure food wise.
Chocolate.
What about what
dude.
about movie? What's your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
That's a good one. God,
Freedom likes that moonshine.
what what movie would I be laughed at for liking? God, dude, there's a whole bunch. I'm trying to think.
Like every time it's on, you have to like sit down and just watch the damn thing for some reason. I don't know. I've got a couple movies like that, like Pacific Rim. For some reason, I love that movie. And Starship Troopers.
Dude, I would say, I guess, I mean, SLC Punk for me because I've seen it.
Yes,
Just so, I mean, I've seen it like 200 plus times.
dude, I fucking lived that
in
movie.
like 8 or 9 years since I was introduced to it, or maybe 10. Well, probably longer than that. About 10 years now.
Yeah.
Like I introduced to it. I've seen it over 200 times. I've introduced so many people to that movie.
Dude, it's
just
painfully realistic, you know?
It's great. And then, talking with you about it that one time, I was just like, after we got done talking, I really popped it on and started watching it because I was like, I got to watch it again now just because that movie's great.
Yeah.
It's
if you're nice to me, I may turn you on to my music from back then.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Not here, not now.
Nope, later.
Yeah,
Not for everybody.
Yes, it's not for public consumption. Trust me. Oh fuck! What about anime? You into anime? You got anything?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah,
more older stuff. My favorite anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. If you watch anime at all, you're doing yourself a disservice not watching that. It's an older one. It came out in back in '92, but in my eyes, it's one of the best animes I've ever seen. I haven't seen a ton, but that one I've watched the full series about 12 or 13 times now.
Wow! And what's it called again?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho. What's it about?
It's Ghost Detective. This kid gets killed, dies, and then it wasn't supposed to die, so he comes back and he gets spiritual powers. And he goes around fighting demons. And it's kind of like it's almost like a Dragon Ball Z-ish thing almost, but with demons and
cool
stuff like that. It's pretty damn cool. And well, one of the main characters is a redheaded dude, and he likes cats, and he's goofy with women, and
oh dude,
so he's got red hair, and he's got a sword. He's got a sword. I mean, I'm like, him and me are a lot alike, and I even kind of look like him too. It's fucking hilarious. So it's just like. It just kind of drew me just completely into that show. I'm just like, all right, I love this show.
Cool. That's cool, man. That's really cool. What about tattoos? Do you have any tats?
I have 2. I have a little Leo, the little Leo symbol with Leo written on it on my upper shoulder, and then the Trivium band symbol on my leg from back when I was in my early 20s when we were following them around a whole bunch. Me and my group of friends seen them together collectively like 12 times. We followed them up north from Portland to Seattle, and then back down to Portland, and a couple of us even went down to California and then came back up after we couldn't keep going. But yeah, we seen them a bunch, and like I said, we hung out with them a bunch. So I was just like, it holds good memories of the old group. That there's a few people we don't talk to anymore that kind of disappeared over the years, but just happy memories from back in my early 20s, and fun times is how I look at it now, because I'm just like, doesn't look bad. It looks pretty cool. It's a sword. It looks like almost like a sword, so it's like, it's all right.
So if you could go back in time and spend a week with anybody out of the past, who would it be and why?
Anyone. God dang, you're getting me deep here. Week with anyone. Let's see. Fuck. So many people we don't have around. Robin Williams, actually, because he died on my birthday.
Oh wow.
And he was one of my favorite actors as a kid. I always loved his movies. So it'd be nice to talk with him again.
Nice.
Actually talk with him, and actually get to see him again.
That's cool, man.
Outside of the movie. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to see him outside the movies anyway. But I mean,
Yeah.
something like that.
God, I feel him. I'm looking for a copy of that first HBO thing he did, man. It's fucking incredible still to this day. It's funny as shit. Pure. I would say 80% of it's improv. It's just him running around, just being him.
He was good. Because you mean you ain't never had a friend like me.
It's just anything, man. So, what job would you suck at?
Oh God, almost any. No. Customer service. I've done it a couple of times, and then I can't do it. Angry customers. I just nope. I get yelled at. I start yelling back. It's just I got bullied too much growing up. As an adult, I'm just like I'm not gonna do this shit. I know how to deal with these I know how to deal with these type of people. They're just gonna sit there and keep puffing their chest. I'm gonna puff my chest back. Because fuck them.
Oh man!
I'll start for my language on that one, but yeah, it's just like, especially my work currently is just kind of the same way too. It's like you got a couple of them out there that like to try to play puffy chest, and I'm just like, all right, man, I can do it too. And then when I throw their shit, I show them that their shit stinks. They start getting really really sad. Yeah. The last dude when the boss made us talk, we ended up walking off crying while I walked inside with a smile on my face. he thought he was gonna get me fired, and then he just got told to fuck off pretty much. I was just like, told you, dude, I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one sitting there trying to get me in trouble for nothing, dude. So peace.
Oh man. So what about do you have like a favorite shirt or just a piece of clothing?
Favorite shirt. Oh man, my first Gulf City shirt, actually, my All Hail Blue Whale. I keep that up in the closet.
Cool.
Because I was just like, I remember when I was the first piece I got, and that's one I keep around. Before that, I really didn't have anything too special, because every time I did have something I really liked, it eventually kind of went poof somewhere along the lines, and it's like, fuck. But that's got a place in the closet until I can order another one, so I can have a replacement to hang in the closet.
Cool, man. Yeah, I use my gasoline mug a lot. As a matter of fact, every day. That's what gets me up, man. Every day. That's right. Waking up with coffee in the gasoline cup. So, what ridiculous thing has somebody tricked you into believing?
Oh God. Man. Oh, dude, all of my childhood, dude, it was all the freaking, people in the bushes. That person's gonna get you, that kind of stuff. It just, thinking back on that, man, that was, God, man. I was a scared little kid.
Yeah.
My older sister always used to fucking scare the living crap out of me with that kind of stuff, man. And I eventually learned, obviously, that she was, full of it after a while, because I eventually got the courage and the flashlight and went exploring. Scared crapless the whole time, almost peeing myself when a cat actually jumped out of the bushes. I was just like, oh God, okay, God. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, my cousin took me on a snipe hunt one night.
Oh.
Yeah. He gave me a bag, right? And so I'm standing in the woods. It's like midnight. And he takes me out there with the flashlight. And he says, now I want you to hold the bag open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the flashlight to herd them in. He just let them just run into the bag. you know. And yeah, I bought that shit hook, line, and sinker.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, my that was one good thing about my stepdad. He warned me about the stupid things that that people would try to get me to do growing up. So
This is my
I had a
cousin,
I had a
man.
little heads up on that.
That was my cousin. Your family, man.
Oh, see, my cousins were nice. My cousins were nice for the most part. I mean,
Oh, dude.
when we got together. The family got the whole family got together. It was good times for the most part. We did stupid things, but nothing like that bad because we were all we all kind of like bunched up. Um, like each of my uncles and my dad all had like kids right around the same time. So each of us are like there's like it's one of each of us for each uncle pretty much. So there's like 3 to 4 of us around the same age range along the line. So it was kind of like we always had a little mini group of ages close with like within a year of each other. It's freaking hilarious looking at it. Like crap, man. Poor grandpa, man. No wonder he's just like.
Let's see. Oh, hold on. I got it. I can't. Yeah, we can't. We can't have this music playing in the background because it'll get struck now. Hopefully now that won't happen. We'll just turn this music up. I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. How about that? We'll just put some EDM, no copyright.
Oh,
Hopefully that will play in the background.
acting up.
Sorry about that, dude.
You're good.
Yeah, it's,
My internet's been acting up the last couple of days. I'm like, no, don't be.
you got just a wee bit
fucking bad
robot-y.
Comcast.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't completely. You're fine.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm about to call Comcast. Oh, those fuckers.
So all right, so we get back now. We're kind of full circle. We're back to YouTube. Besides yourself, which I want to emphasize, everybody, subscribe to this dude because he's fucking cool. You know, I'm subscribed to him. You better subscribe to this guy. All right.
I do randomly put content out. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit. I got to get back into it. I've been in a bad headspace a little bit. My stepdad's health's been kind of on the up and downs a lot, so it's been kind of keeping with the kind of trying to balance work, family, and trying to figure out a way to make something funny come out. It's been a little rough, but I'm kind of he's starting to do better now, and things surprisingly as the summer's over is starting to look on the up and up. So it's kind of like, all right, time to get back into those real ... YouTube.
Indeed. And Ortiz, when it comes to the music thing, Yoko Ono and Sharon Osbourne are the biggest cunts alive. I'm just saying that. I'm putting it out there. All right. They'll fucking flag it. They'll they want that money. It's not like they have enough. So all right, who's a YouTuber that you would say is overhyped?
Overhyped.
You don't get it.
God, I mean, the Pauls. I mean, I don't get the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, and that I really don't. I mean, I kind of get it, but don't get it at the same time. Never have. Don't really watch. I don't watch the stuff either, though. So I mean, I can't really say that I because I haven't. I've never watched their stuff, but I just don't understand. Like the clips I've seen of people, doing videos on them. That I've seen. That's as much as I've seen. I'm just like, yeah, I don't get it. I'll get like really stoned. I'm like, all right, this will probably make it funny. Nah, not at all.
Yeah, and it's like and it's like the girl I'll be interviewing next week. She does like this thing where like she looks at people like Onision and stuff like that, and some of these heavy hitters, quote YouTuber wise, and that's going to be interesting to talk about. Just that kind of perspective. Did you ever name anybody that was your undersubbed that you thought?
Oh, undersub. Well, I mean, besides you, of course. I mean, a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that I feel just should be way higher. I mean, a lot of people. especially you for you AP. I mean, freaking, you got gaming out there. Gaming out there needs a little love.
That's
I
right.
mean, there's a good chunk of our community, should be at least at the past the monetizable threshold. At least,
Yeah,
you guys deserve to make that little bit of YouTube dollar dues. I know people are like, you can't, you're gonna get. I was always told, yo, you're not gonna get rich off YouTube. I'm like, I know, but the best part about monetization is at least I'm getting my few cents from the company.
exactly.
That's all I want. I don't want. I mean, that'd be great. That way, I can be like, "Ha! I'm sticking it to YouTube. They're paying for my content."
There you go. There you go. All right. So, what about content wise? Have you got something in the works that something you're going to roll out? Something different, new for you?
Uh, Not quite sure. I think I'm gonna kind of stick to this kind of like the goofy stuff. That's just kind of my thing. I like to, I'm kind of a goofball anyway, so it's just kind of like I'm just kind of stick to that. People seem to like it. It seems to be working, and I have more fun with it. Of course, do the gaming stuff because I'm a gamer after all. Playing WoW Classic, even though people are saying, I'm not. I'm not saying go start giving Blizzard a bunch of money. No, fuck that. I'm just saying I'm still playing a Blizzard game, but don't hate me for it because I've been around that shit for a long time, and they're not getting any more money from me outside of my $15 to keep playing the game I'm playing now because it's like crack, man.
Yeah. You don't have to
You get
justify
that WoW crack,
shit.
man. I need that WoW crack, man.
Yeah, it's this whole moral police shit. It's just it's tedious. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah, it's
know?
the outrage mob after outrage
Yeah,
mob.
yeah.
And
Cancel culture.
at first I
Blah
was
blah
kind of like,
blah.
all right. And after like 6 months, I'm like, how many times are we going to go through the same circle for something different? Can we stop now,
Exactly.
please? It's the same crap.
It's like you're stuck on a fucking merry-go-round. You just can't get off the goddamn thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I couldn't deal with it and didn't want to deal with it anymore. And kind of moving away from certain channels that were strictly that, completely moving away from those. I don't want to name channels, but remember, we know my stance on some certain situations.
Yeah.
Just completely being gone from that, even hate watching that, and for the lulls. When I finally got myself to stop doing that, even randomly, a few months back, I've been just so much happier.
You know what you
And
know what you did?
Put that dick down now!
That's what you did. You put the dick down.
I got. It's like it's like not dealing with constant drama is so much nicer. My feed's so
I
much
feel you.
even better,
Yeah.
and it's just like I either laugh at stupid shit and make fun of stupid shit versus
It's like, dude, it's like I just lost my mom and shit, and it's like life is too goddamn like
short
brief.
for that crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just you know.
And we should be better to do it. We should be yeah, we don't have to be we don't have to be freaking best friends with everybody, but I mean some people just like to stir the shit, just stir shit just to stir shit, and it's like I mean I get it, but they don't stop even though they just don't stop even though it's like beyond tired. They know they've already tired that they've beaten the dead horse enough, and it's like they even know that, and they're just like I'm just gonna keep doing it because I think it's funny still, even it's like you're the only one, man.
No shit. Well, man, before we split, it's tradition that you show your own channel. And a final word for the chat and people watching.
Check me out over at Stone Monkey here on YouTube, Stone Monkey Productions. There's something I'd say if you're gonna search me up, it'd be Stone Monkey Productions because that was what it originally was. And I noticed Stone Monkey doesn't always work, but I know IRATE should have a link in the description. I'm pretty sure because he's the man like that.
Yep.
I be on the lookout for some more of the for real the real YouTuber of YouTube. They're gonna be coming. I have a few things written down.
Yeah, and he
Few
did a
people I
really
wanna
nice
do.
one about me, man. That was awesome.
And I enjoy doing those. I just, like I said, I haven't been in the headspace, and it doesn't take a ton to get the voices, the voice downs, the singing, and the singing is always the hard part. I got to be in that right mind state, and I ain't gonna lie, I have to be extremely sober for that because I start laughing when I try to do the more serious voice. It's hard for me. It's hard to be serious when I'm
Yeah,
stoned. I'm just
I
like,
know what you're saying.
I start looking at myself because I have to actually have the camera running, but I don't put any of that up. And I start looking at myself on the screen, which is I realized was really stupid, so I stopped laughing at myself. So it kind of helped for me laughing the last time. I ended up just stopped using it altogether. I'm like, okay, I'm not laughing as bad now as I'm trying to do this. It's like, I'm trying to be funny, but I'm also not trying to. It's so hard not to laugh. It's like shit.
Man. Well, shit. What about word for the people, chat?
I love you all out there. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. I actually didn't have the stream pulled up at the current moment. I wanted to go without just because my computer's been kind of on the it, so I'm just kind of letting it do some scanning. I may have fucked up on some pirating earlier today, so when I was out in the Great Sea, I might have grabbed something I probably shouldn't. I've been running some scans, so I just kind of wanted to run just the Discord.
Understood.
I'm still kind of a newbie. A newbie pirate.
Well, let's see. We got Ortiz is still out there. Gulf City Outlaw, Dangerous Freedom, Trash Fire, Outlaw.
Trash Fire. Oh, that's my buddy that's my bro right there. Freaking. Right. It was me, him, and King Carl. Back in the day over on the Quarterines old channel in his live streams. King Carl used to. Trash Fire was one of the original OG mods over there, and Carl used to stir the stuff, and then we'd all sit in voice chat together, just laughing about the spurgery that was going on. It was fucking amazing.
Nice. Well, shit, man. I don't have anything else to say except for you know what I do. Hot Takes is on hold for a couple more weeks until Big Fat Brian gets his IRL thing going on, and then Friday, of course, Creem stream. Special thought block will be assembled by Trippy Poop and I. It's going to be clown thoughts, clowny thoughts.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And of course, this time next week it'll be Tamimi is her name. It should be interesting. I've been sub to her for a while, but anyway, enough of that shit. It's time to slide, people. Ortiz. Trash Fire, Furry from Finley, everybody, thanks for showing up today. Stone Monkey Man, a special huge thank you to you.
Dude, like I said again, this is like a dream come true. Like my fiance was like, so what kind of interview is it? I'm like, I'm gonna be on a live stream. She's like, oh, I'm like this is the interview I've been talking about, and like the one I've been crossing fingers. I'm like, I hope one day he'll ask me. She's like, that one? She's like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you. I'm like,
oh, cool.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, man.
Dude, it's like it's an honor. Like I've always looked at it as, to get invited on the IRATE interview couch means you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, man. Well, it's just you're interesting.
I'm like, shit, yeah. So I'm like, yeah. As I say, I didn't want to get too. I was hoping I didn't get too soppy and shit. I was trying to keep it kind of funny because I said the monkey's life's kind of a 50-50 mix, rolled around in a bowling ball.
Man, it's I love doing this because it's usually I don't talk to assholes or power, megalomaniacs or any of that shit, people that I find interesting are not that. So anyway, man, it's time to slide. So say bye-bye and we're out.
Peace out, y'all.
Later, taters.
Every week on Friday, midnight Eastern, the Creem stream, the weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, the ice cream interviews. Fascinating people. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, hot takes with the Butter Baron. Watching horrible shit so you don't have to. Subscribe to IRATE Prostate now.